All right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do 5 or 6 things on the Jeep, and if I got time, I'm going to do something else. I'll tell you all about them at the end. If you have a Jeep, you probably know what they are when you see them. I'm not going to get in great detail. This isn't a how-to video. This is just something you got to take maintenance and do the stuff you got to do to make sure your stuff's working correctly. Maybe I'll do a how-to video another time. This is not it. Hey everybody, this is Robert with Burns Travels, and while you're traveling you need to maintain your vehicles. Let me show you some of the things that I've actually done and little tricks. It's not really a big deal. I'm not going to show you everything because it's not going to be too long. I've already done most of the work, but let's show you anyways. Okay, right now I'm actually draining my transfer case for typical maintenance, and if you can see, it's bright red. That's a good thing. I got 90,000 miles on my Jeep, and I've done this twice. And I do my transfer case and axles every 43,000 as if I was towing something. But here's a little trick about when you do these. See this top one right here? You want to undo this one first instead of this one. Because if you can't get this one off, you open this, you drain your differential, and not your differential, but your crankcase, and then you can't fill it. So drain it. Open this first, drain it, put the plug on, fill from here until it overflows back into the pan. So I'm gonna do that now, and I'll show you some other ones. One more thing about this is you just can't pour the fluid into that before you, once you put this plug on right here, this plug, this one's open, this is where you fill it at, and you just can't pour the bottle. You actually gotta use a pump to get it into this. So, now you see that's done, and I'm moving to draining the oil. Looky there, I didn't drop it. Okay, the oil pan has drained. The next thing I would do, I've already wiped that clean right there. I'm just gonna take the nut and go ahead and put it in there. Now, don't use a air gun to do this. The reason is you could strip out the threads, and as you're driving down the road, your oil plug blows out and everything goes out, or you blow your engine. Just make it snug tight, then I'll take a wrench and I'll make it a little tight, but I'm not gonna crank down on it. And then I'll show you everything that I've done. All right, before I lower this off the lift, I want to show you what I've done. So let me show you the rear axle first. Okay, at the rear axle, you can see here's the top drain plug, or top plug, here's the bottom drain plug. Before you open this, make sure you can get this one off. Because again, if you open this and this breaks or broken, you're pretty much screwed. So take this one off first. Open this one, drain it. When it's done, wipe it clean, put that one in, fill this up until the oil starts coming out. Now mine doesn't need synthetic oil. It's not a Rubicon, but if you have a Rubicon, you're gonna need synthetic. All right, we're going to the front of this thing, and I can show you the front axle. I did that today too. So here's the front axle. Okay, on the front axle, I see a couple of things here when I actually lifted it. You see all this, looks like grease and oil. Well, there's probably a small little seam here or fluids seeping through this. So for me, the next time I do this, I'll actually upgrade the caps here and the one in the rear. Probably either Terraflex or Mopar or something better than what's the standard stock. But again, that's the top one. The bottom one is right back here. You can't see it, but again, always check the top one to see if it comes out first, then remove the back. When you're done draining it, plug the back in, fill from here until it runs out. So I'm going to wipe this down again because I have a little excess from when I did it earlier. And then I'm going to lower this, and then I'm going to put oil into the engine. All right, you see that over there by the tire? That's actually guard for the transfer case right here. I have to reinstall that. Then I'm actually going to lower this the Jeep down and fill the engine. Almost forgot something. All right, I'm actually completely done. So let me show you on the engine here. Okay, what you saw was last time, only thing I had to do was change the oil. I already drained that, you saw that. But right here is where I filled it. It takes 6 quarts. I put 5 in, started it a couple times, let the oil run through the system, check the oil on the other side, on the dipstick, and that was low, so then I finished the last quart and did that. I also, over here, since I'm doing all this, I have 2 K&N air filters that I swap out, so I went ahead and did that too. And I do that about every 4 to 6 months. So pretty much, I have done a 5-tire rotation, front and rear axles, the transfer case, oil change, air filter, and I went ahead and had to adjust my rear gate spare tire holder that has 2 gas cans on it. It was just slightly to the right, and I had to adjust a little bit. It was tilted, so I couldn't get the other plastic gas can on there. But as you can see right here, they are actually on like they're supposed to be. So when we go out 4-wheeling, it gives me an extra 6 gallons of gas in my Jeep. That's about 120 miles, 140 miles, depending on how I'm driving. And of course, if you drive slow, it's more. Anyways, if you're out traveling, you got to take care of the stuff you're driving and being in. It includes RVs and your regular vehicles.